Well, here we are again, and oh, the furnace just turned on. I hope it doesn't make too much difference in the sound quality of this. It's winter. Trump just got elected, um, and things are kind of pretty far out these days on the earth. The usual models of things and ways of for sane, normal people to connect the dots are kind of hard to. It's hard to connect them up. What's going on? So basically, I'm making another tape to kind of get you information, and information that would be speaking to those of you sentient beings who have some awareness, some intelligence, or perhaps not. I'm not. I mean, this information is basically for anyone. But there's been a rumor going around for quite a long time that either there is no God, or that if there is one, it's a kind of it's a God. It's kind of hard to get it all together and kind of mentally or whatever, even non-mentally, kind of understand much of it or a great deal of it. And so I just want to share, information I have because I kind of found out some things because of a gift that God get passed out some time ago. It's been getting close to 100 years now. It's maybe 83 years. In the 1930s, passed that gift out in Indonesia, starting there. In the 50s, I'm talking about the 1900s. In the late 1950s, gift was taken by someone who carried it and was able to pass it on to others, to the Western world in England, Coombe Springs in 1957. And this gift that the Almighty gave, what kind of a gift is it? Well, it's a connection, or it's a kind of a gift where you can actually experience the workings of the Almighty within your being. Maybe before you thought, no, I don't feel anything. I don't get it. So after drumming around, beating the bushes for however long you do, and you're young and curious about how things work, why you give it up and just go, make horseshoes or build houses or learn how to play the piano, and you kind of trying to figure out what's going on here on the back burner because just seems almost like pretty hard, like it's over your head or something. When a bunch of idiots and other people that didn't realize it was over their head have come up with these ridiculous solutions to how we got here, and the aliens, sent us, they started something here. Somehow we, it's all an accident, we all evolved from some kind of thing, and it just keeps evolving. It's, a bunch of insanity, really. You look at it straight on, I mean, come on. But, because I see generally people have given up trying to figure it out, why they'll kind of be entertained by this notion or that notion. I'm not sure how much of it, anybody takes any of that stuff seriously. And I would venture to guess that, if you were in a pretty dire situation, had to make your life dependent on it, why you'd probably back off and would say, well, I don't actually really know. And that's the truth of it. You don't know. Anyway, so this gift makes it easy, makes it pretty easy. I mean, it's hard to think how it could be any easier for any person on the earth, any living person, to just by doing a couple of things, to begin to, or even more strongly, if they have the instruments within themselves already there, if they're not too messed up. An average person, in other words, we can experience the Almighty, the power of God working in you. Whoa, look at that, what's that? See, yeah. Oh, but it feels pretty good, and it seems to be doing something good to me. Or it's doing something which might not be bad. So, it's a connection. And it's kind of passed on, through someone who didn't get trapped here, who made it out, has come back, with this gift. And also with explanations, because you can do things, the Almighty can do things here, but it soon gets confused and lost and misinterpreted and lied about one thing and another, to the point where it still is very difficult for people to, get the picture. And so this gift is here. It's a terrific opportunity, because the gift, how it works, has to do with the vessel of man and the condition of man in this generation of human beings, which goes back quite a ways, tens of thousands of years. And we're all descended. In other words, the vessel that we inherit is wonderful and is new, and it has in the DNA of it, in the way of it, it has things that have to do with what your ancestors did and did not do, and where they got to and where they didn't get to, and what they learned and what they did that was really, really wrong, and stuff, or wrong, just, cause, kind of like you put sugar in the gas engine of the car, why it'll ruin it, and man has kind of a strong, he has a great ability to really mess himself up, and a lot of that, of course, has taken place, but we won't focus on, but there's also been a lot of good things people have striven to improve the lot of man on the earth, and to be good to each other and help each other, and to follow the guidance of God. Which, there's a kind of a story there in the Bible about how these kids were pretty much connected up with the Almighty. We won't go into whether the story is, like factual. I think, my understanding of the period and the literature and the way of things in those days was that it was a lot of symbolic, a lot of symbology, I suppose, used, words meaning something else, fruit, meaning something, and the snake Anyway, so but when you go back there, that little simple story tells you, or it tells you, you know, you can believe it or not, but I mean, it tells you, or you can suspend, you know, and say, well, I'm not sure whether it's true or not. You weren't there, right? There's a lot to be said for, you know, taking things to be true where you weren't there because, you know, as you know, there's still, if you have an open mind, you can get the picture that these kids were having a pretty good time here. And they were doing, we don't know exactly what they were doing, but they were wandering around on some part of the earth, and they had plenty to eat, and they felt good, and they were happy, and things were going well. And then the story suggests that something happened, and we won't get specific, but we could suggest from looking at the story, we could surmise that there are, first of all, that man is not a creature who can't be influenced by different forces, some of which bode him ill will or aren't really for him, let's say. They're not really, human beings themselves, and they don't understand and they don't know about things, so they take up things from their own point of view. And we won't say that they're bad or good. They just have the point of view of an animal or a snake or, you know, maybe a satanic being, a devil, or, you know, of course I don't want to say that because then, there aren't any devils, you know. Okay, well, or let's just call it, let's say like the material force in man, the thing that likes to make things and like, you know, things, material things, works with things. So in the story, apparently, they made a pretty good size. They got influenced by somebody told them they're wrong, told them to do something that wasn't cool, and so they did it, and it broke, or it severely hampered or obfuscated their connection with the Almighty. Now, this gift is kind of like, the Almighty said, "Well, that's okay. You know, here it is again. Here, just here's the connection. Just how do you get it?" And I think myself, I think it's interesting how the gift is transferred because, it's not a small thing for mankind to get this gift. So the person who initially is kind of, was assigned, the being was assigned to, kind of look after things about it and give explanations about it was, had gotten cleaned up and was operating, at least as a real human being, and perhaps even higher than that, maybe, more on a compassionate level or even a creative level. But we go there. Anyway, so this gift initially was passed on through him. How was it passed on? Well, you can see the picture. A person who wished to have a connection with the One Almighty. Or, even going so far, I don't want to parse things out too much. Even a person who wasn't really sure what it was, but they kind of felt something, they wanted to have some kind of connection with life or something more, something that was, they were drawn to it. You might say, maybe another bad influence on man, some kind of dark thing that come over here, we'll fix you up. You can't put that off the table. That's always a possibility, good and bad, as we say. All right, so A person who has enough courage is going to say, okay, well, I'm not sure. I think I want to try it. I want to do it. Something tells me yes, go ahead. Because, of course, the Almighty works on you, whether you know it or not. Anyway, this a person, an average person, above average, below average, doesn't matter, but let's just talk about average people. Stand there in the presence of this guy, nearby, and because, I guess, I don't know, God's creation in some way is connected, it's all one. The man who was initially passing out would simply give himself up or just relax and let go and kind of not get all caught up in his heart and his mind and everything he was thinking or doing and stuff, and just kind of let go and let gift start strong come up, and not in a crude way, but it would be strong. And he would then go ahead and just follow. He wouldn't pay attention to the person that was going to receive this gift. He himself would have nothing to do with it, but the gift would work. And it would arouse in that person something. It would arouse something that's there but is dormant. It would turn it on, so to speak. Maybe. I haven't really seen real clearly, or even very clearly, how that actually thing works, but I know that it's important when it happens, and the lights come on pretty good when that's taking place. Anyway, so then the person who wishes to receive the connection doesn't do anything, because it's not about what you already have. I mean, what you can do, and you can sing, you can dance, and you can look like you're being religious or not religious, or whatever. You can feel like you're being good, or you can, not good. You can feel sad. You can feel, how human beings are. You can feel a lot of things. So you just kind of let all this stuff kind of subside, and you wait. What are you waiting for? Well, you're waiting for something within you, something that's within you, something that you can be aware of, a movement. And then when you get the movement, the one who brought this connection said, okay, when the movement comes, allow it. Don't fight it. I mean, you can resist it to see if it's real, but I mean, basically, you don't fight it. Say, okay, sure, go ahead. So you open that door, so to speak. You allow that movement to take place. What would a typical, maybe, movement be? Well, it'd be like, la, 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 baby, yeah. So it would come up in you, like a song. But initially, I've been doing it for a long time. So when I have a movement, I sing sometimes, or sometimes I don't move at all, but I'm aware that things are going on. But initially, generally, would have a movement, and that kind of movement would be like your arms. Something would happen. You would notice that you weren't actually moving your arms, but your arms were being moved. As we say, it comes from within you, but not like outwardly, like some sort of anger or will. Say, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Let me tell you this, and that's like a willful. This is just coming to you. Mama. Why, obey. Come. So, that's how it starts. But, and then he said that, followed it for diligent, did it a couple times a week for half an hour. And it wouldn't be too long, maybe a few months or something. Well, maybe sooner. Oh, but on average, a little while would pass. And then you would receive for yourself a proof that there is a God. And that's kind of important because, your mind can't figure it out. It can go one way and you can think and think and think. Then that mind can be driven by other forces or other directions and go the other way and think, well, no, I don't see anything. There's nothing there. There's no proof. So on and so forth. Depending on how much common sense you have. I mean, I've always thought common sense would indicate to you that, if you reflect on it for very long at all, that a place like the Earth, where you're right here, and then, in places on the Earth you can't see, and then if you look up in the sky, there's a bunch of stuff going on up there too. That it had to be made by something that you don't really understand or know much about at all. There's a kind of a nature of it, or the way of it is like, whoa, it's not what kind of things like what we make. We can make some pretty cool things using the different attributes and the different things within us or in us that we have, our intelligence and our skills and our knowledge. And so we can make. But there's something ineffable about the Earth and everything else. It's pretty something, pretty awesome. Anyway, that's my point of view. Air must be getting bad in here. Anyway, well, that gift is available to you, and it will take you, it will clean you up. The power of God will clean you up. It will clean up your body, correct things in the system, restore it gradually in a way that doesn't harm you. It will restore you to the point of coming back to that place in the Bible where the kids were talking about running around. They were happy, they were aware, they had no identity whatsoever. They were just there, and they didn't think, well, I'm me and she's her. Just, hey, here we are, what are we doing? So they were all kind of part of the same thing. And there's quite a bit to look forward to because it, works gradually, and it works, you can't try to say how God doesn't necessarily do things. It makes perfect sense. But I mean, this is done. Maybe over here we're going to do something else, and pretty soon you're going, why is he doing something else? And whoa, this thing works. So lots of things to restore, and ultimately, then, well, not ultimately, but at some point there, not too long down the road, maybe 30, 20, 30, 40 years, kind of has some pretty strong effects on your consciousness, and your consciousness actually gets better. And I don't want to talk about that too much. I don't want you to think it's some mystical thing where suddenly you can see so many things. That's just all imagination. No, but it's the quality of it. It's the lens. It's the aspect that you see. It's much nicer. It's a nicer quality. Anyway, that's kind of the last thing, though. I mean, in the initial simple program. Anyway, man needs this because he's gotten himself into such a state and condition, his bad character, which can be corrected by the gift, gradually kind of put that bad character in its place and initiate actions within you from your good character. And that's what we need. We need a mankind. Imagine if we had a mankind with a good character. Wouldn't that be completely different than it is now? Or a mankind that was responsible or felt responsible for each other as opposed to people who have no sense of responsibility. Well, those are all things, wouldn't that be nice? And those are all things that were initially, as I understand it, I mean, my experience, they're there, and they were in man, and they work very well in man. They're supposed to be in man, but they kind of get covered over, and people get brainwashed, and passions take over in a person's being, or thoughts get off of him. Kind of a low consciousness can develop in people. You seem to be. If you're lucky and you have a little bit better consciousness, even I'm not talking about a real cool consciousness, but just just a better consciousness when you can see, well, these people, why they can't seem to see, seem to be kind of like unaware of certain things. Why is that? Well, it's all because of the degradation and degrading over many generations. I think maybe at least 2,500 generations. Man, so makes sense to you could throw the thing away, but I mean, why not restore it? I mean, it's still an excellent creation, a wonderful thing, the human being, and there's no need to we don't want to throw it away. It can be restored, and that's what this gift is about. So it's a chance for you to get your being, quit, down there at that bus stop, that's all you know. You think that in that bus depot, you think, well, this is life, and it's a little dark down, but you don't notice that. You think, no, this is life. Get out of that bus stop and take a trip up into the high mountains where you can see the sun shining and feel the fresh breeze and meet some pretty cool people up there and so forth and so on. It's an analogy, but so I highly recommend it. I have I want to share. We like to share things that would make you happy and make you feel good. I'm going to share it because I know it will. I'll make you feel better, and you'd be glad you got it if you could get it. But I'm also interested in mankind getting it because I don't actually think there's any other way for mankind to survive on the earth, or for the earth to survive, unless mankind kind of gets out of his quagmire, his swamp, or whatever you want to call it, and kind of starts to get himself, but he can't do it on his own. He can't, you can't pull yourself up by your bootstraps, as you've probably figured out. It's kind of an annoying analogy. How would you do it? It's a silly thing, but the Almighty can do it, though. The one that created you in the first place. Well, you say, well, that's what? I don't ask you to believe it. You just put this information back in there, and if you get the gift, why, you can see for yourself, or even just from your own life experience, you can check out things I'm saying to you, and see if they add up, they show themselves to be true or not. Alright, so once again, I'm making another effort to communicate to you that there is, on the face of the earth, a wonderful gift, which will allow you to continue on in your regular life. You don't have to study. It's not an hour thing. It's a thing that you experience for yourself. It happens twice a week, half an hour, gradually changes you for the better. And ways, it's gradual. God doesn't, it's a delicate instrument as a human being. You can't just be whack whack and you're good again. No, it's not like that. A lot of stuff. But it can be done. And if mankind, enough of people of mankind take up their gift, pay attention and allow it to work in them, and follow the guidance and things that you get from it when it comes time, whenever. Why then mankind can survive the mess that he's in, and he can start to have a better life here on the earth. It's a requirement for all of mankind. So, you have a pretty good time, but the rest of mankind over here, they're not doing very good. It's going to rain on your parade. we all have to come along. That's all. Just want to keep mentioning. Nobody ever. But there it is, a real gift. You find out for yourself. Get your own proof. Experience it for yourself. See if it's real. And then, so I don't know what to tell you. Let me know if you want the gift. There are people all over the earth, except for I think China and Russia. No, Russia, China, and the Middle East. There's not very many people there over there in the Islamic countries at this point. Although there are Muslims in other countries, but not in other places. It's been organized, not very well, but it's been organized. You can get the gift through that process. It doesn't cost anything. It's not about money. It's not about somebody having power over you or telling you what to do. It's between you and the one who gave the gift, the Almighty. It really doesn't have anything to do. You can have a Jewish person and an atheist and a Muslim. They can all be receiving this gift, have different ideas about life. It doesn't matter. They don't have to conform to each other's belief systems at all. You're not required to conform to anything, any belief system. You develop in your own understanding, in your own nature, how you see things. God will show you. Well, that's true, Jimmy, but there's also this other thing. Did you see this? No, I didn't see that. What is that? God isn't, I'm not saying he doesn't talk to you like that, in my experience, but, show you in your life, give you experiences that bring you to different things, which will, as they say, enlighten you about the truth. And generally, as human beings, I think, we may be a little scared of it at first, but we like the truth. We like to feel, that's what it is. We get a real kick out of the truth, and we work better with the truth than we do with something that isn't true. So it's all in my experience. I've had a bet about 50 years. More. But anyway, I don't want you to say, okay, he said so, so I'm going to, no, but just giving you information. My experience, I'm so happy that I have it myself. And, for your sake, whatever, and I hope that you take it up. Alright, that's the deal for now. Okay. Bye-bye.